live review. It's early here. It's around 5:20 a.m. in LA, and we had a crazy weather. Yeah, we got crazy floods, and really the sky was upside down and very rare. I never experienced this before, but I'm okay. And fortunately, my area was safe, among others. But really, it's an amazing situation. So I said to myself, it's about a time to do a little review, and I choose pick up from my collection a very old-time friend, Tom Ford Oud Wood, which is one of the fragrances from the private blend of Tom Ford. This fragrance was released in 2007, as you know, has been aged 2007 already. I thought was yesterday. And we are going to develop, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this fragrance and about Tom Ford's fragrances lately, and all the stuff as usual. So I'm going to first do my little breakdown of the notes, and then we are going to develop more subject. And so it's a woody fragrance, woody woody fragrance, I would rather say, and was released in 2007 by the House of Tom Ford. And the perfumer was Richard HERPIN. He's a perfumer, and he worked for the German company Firmenich, Germany. He's not a very top perfumer. He's not a very bad perfumer. It's okay. But I don't call Richard HERPIN a master perfumer. Not a bad, not a good, but not a master perfumer. Master perfumers are guys like Maurice Roussel, like Bernard Chant. Those guys are true master perfumer, and those are average good perfumers, solid perfumer. Top notes are rosewood, cardamom, Chinese pepper. Heart notes are oud, sandalwood, vetiver. And base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, and amber. And, well, this is a fragrance that maybe it's very well known to most of you or unknown to most of you. I don't know if you ever experienced this fragrance. It's one of the top sellers from the private blend of Tom Ford, without a doubt, and was one of the very first woody woody fragrances that was launched in the market and became immediately a major hit. Very popular, and this fragrance is still popular. And I would like to give you also main accords. Main accords are woody, woody, warm and spicy, also aromatic, vanilla, balsamic, fresh and spicy, amber, powdery, and sweet. Okay, so those are the main accords. What I can tell you about Oud Wood by Tom Ford. Oud Wood by Tom Ford, as I told you, was perhaps one of the very first woody fragrance for it's called a unisex, but I said it's a gentleman fragrance. It's not a unisex to me, but you are free to do whatever you want to do. But this fragrance is a very pleasant fragrance. It's not an overwhelming oud like Oriental ouds by the Middle Eastern companies. Those I call them true headache makers. I can't stand them. I can't even wear them, and I hate them. I despise them. But no, this is a very polished. This is a very sophisticated oud. I detect leather accords, which is not mentioned, but on my skin I get leathery accords. Very pleasant, very sophisticated, I can say. It's definitely is not for casual wearing. It's for a dress up situation. you go to dinner or you have a company business annual meeting or a date. It's not a casual fragrance. It's a very sophisticated fragrance, really for dress up coat fragrance. And this fragrance, to me, it's a precious fragrance, but we got a troubles, so I'm going to tell you what kind of troubles we had. Maybe you are known to those or not. Uh, some people say that this fragrance is also uh, animalic. I don't get very animalic notes out of this. Some people say it's very, it's also similar to tobacco vanilla. I don't get that. Yeah, this fragrance got clones. This fragrance got little brothers such as Black Oud by Versace, uh, even clones. I think Middle Eastern companies made a clones out of it. To me, the best brother of this fragrance is Downhill Icon Absolute. That was a fantastic fragrance, pretty much close to this fragrance, but I don't call it a clone. I really call it a very distinguished fragrance, but close, very similar, has resemblances to this fragrance, and it's a fantastic smell also. I'm sure that that Tom Ford really supervised at the beginning. Not anymore. Anyway, he sold his company and he's not there anymore. But when he launched the private club, when he launched the private blend, he really supervised on the process of perfumes that he released. That's for sure, no doubt about it. So he was there at the beginning of the story. Not anymore because nowadays Tom Ford is became I don't say became a mainstream, but really it's not the same it used to be. And I am not satisfied with their latest releases such as Vanilla, Sex Vanilla, or stuff like that, or Fabulous, or fucking Fabulous. No, those are just body trap. Those are just fragrances to attract people, to attract young generations, and to just a name and just a foolish brands. So I don't really. To me, Tom Ford current releases are very, very, very low compared to the prior versions of the private blends, such as Oud Wood, such as Tuscan leather, such as tobacco vanilla. So those are fragrances that were very, very unique in a stylish, very polished fragrances. Hello, how are you? Wow, has been a long time, my friend. Well, this is nice to hear about you. This is very nice to hear about you. I always wonder what happened to you. Are you okay? And I hope you are doing fine. And I'm very glad that you text me because I've been really thinking about you. I said, what happened to my friend? You were one of the guys that I really appreciated. And when I started my journey, you were there, and I said to myself, what happened to this guy? I really, Mr. Orochi, do you have a Japanese ancestors or something like that? Because it sounds a little bit Japanese, you know. I lived in Japan, so I said maybe you are Japanese or you have Japanese ascendant. Okay, okay. I hope that everything is fine with you and your health is on a good condition. Health is above everything, my friend. Really, health is above everything. So now you're okay. Glad to hear that. Stay tuned. Stay a while. You know, if you have a time, stay with me for this live. Otherwise, back good. Though my real name is Josh. I am a fan of Japanese game. Okay, so I was right. I was right that you have some some Japanese connection. Well, okay, my friend. So I was talking about this. So I always say that at the beginning of the private blend, he really fine. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Uh, if you want to say something, you can always, of course, text me on the while we are live and later. I always say that the private blend, when it was launched by Tom Ford, the fragrances he tried to release were unique. They were polished, they were sophisticated, and really they were kind of fragrances that wearing them was something very unique, you know. And people were asking, "What are you wearing? What is that?" You know. But now, Tom Ford fragrances become a kind of a buggy trap. Really, I don't even get why they release so many fragrances that they are meaningless to me, maybe to you too. Oud Wood is not that part. Oud Wood was a very classy, very sophisticated, although has been inspired by a Gucci fragrance that is not a Tom Ford collection, but has a link with Tom Ford, and that was Gucci Pour Homme, which was released in 2003. And at that time, Tom Ford was the head of Gucci. So I think, you know, he was inspired by his own fragrance when he launched that one. And, you know, it has a link with Tom Ford because Gucci Pour Homme is a fantastic woody fragrance, one of the best. Unfortunately, has been discontinued. And I really miss that fragrance. Really, that was a great fragrance. Let's get back to Oud Wood. Oud Wood is a great fragrance. No doubt about it. It's a nice, very nice, as I told you, very polished, very pushy, and very dressing coat fragrance. It's not a fragrance that you wear to go to see your friends or you go to just casually to watch a baseball match or you go to movie theater. No, this is a fragrance for dates. This is a fragrance for big events. That's for sure. No doubt about it. I always mention that Oud Wood is a dress up coat fragrance. But what happened to Oud Oud is that lately, I think it was around 2013, 2014, they reformulated. And they reformulated not for good. They reformulated and they watered down the fragrance. And the current version of Oud Wood doesn't last. For the price you pay, is not worthy anymore. My batch is a great batch because I got this in 2012 or 11, and it still is fantastic. It still is. I'm sure it's the same reformulation as the original the launching, but the current version, uh, I'm sorry, is a joke because you pay that much of money and you get a watered down fragrance that lasts maybe only an hour and a half on your skin. That's not fair. This is a kind of I'm sorry to say, this is a kind of cheap crooking. They're crooking people, you know, because you spend the money, you have to get for your money, you know. It's not a cheap fragrance, and you don't find it easily on discounters even. So that's not correct. And now that's what I wanted to say. Tom Ford will release just in couple of days, I would say. The only oud heavy fragrance I have is One Man Show Oud Edition. I'm sure it's you're wrong. I just reviewed that fragrance. It's a fantastic oud fragrance. The One Man Show Oud Edition is now better than the current version of Oud Wood, my friend. I'm telling you, this fragrance is fantastic. I love it. Jacques Bogart, I am a big fan of Jacques Bogart. And money doesn't mean quality. Jacques Bogart, it's a fantastic brand. And they make great fragrances. I love that one. So, as I told you right before, Tom Ford will release in a couple of days a Oud Wood Parfum version. So if you are interested to buy that one, Wait and buy the perfume version. Because I tested the perfume version, and the perfume version will last 6 to 7 hours on your skin. So don't waste your money on the current version of Oud Wood or the parfum. Has been watered down, is expensive, and it's not worthy. Get the parfum version if you really want to buy. But if you don't want to buy that one, there are lots of great Oudi fragrance in the market that they are cheaper and they are as good as this one. For example, I reviewed exactly the one you are talking about. I Oud One Man Show Oud Edition, fantastic fragrance, but I heard has been discontinued and it's getting me very tough to buy it even now. I reviewed Jaguar Homme Oud, Jaguar Classic Oud, fantastic, fantastic Oudi fragrance, has nothing less than the Tomford Oud edition, and the price is crazy. You only pay $30. So if you look around, you can always find great fragrances without breaking your bank. You don't need to break your bank, or you can find great fragrances for very affordable prices. If you want to buy a Tom Ford fragrance, okay, you want to buy a Tom Ford fragrance. That's the it's your wish, it's your aim. Then wait, buy the Oud Wood Parfum version. Don't waste your money on eau de parfum. Lasts only an hour, up to an hour and a half. The current version I'm talking about. If you have the pre-reformulation version, then that was fantastic. That was lasting 7, even 8 hours on my skin. That one is another matter. But the current version, it has been reformulated and watered down. So don't waste your money on that. But one fact is that oud fragrances are not made for everyone. If even you love oud fragrances, but your wife doesn't love, or your colleague doesn't love, or your surrounding don't appreciate oud fragrances, don't push it. Because it's a very personal fragrance and it's not even a compliment getter. I never got a single compliment with Oud Wood. I just worried for myself. But I got more compliments. If you are liking woody fragrances, I got more compliments with the Dunhill Icon Absolute, the gold one. Not very expensive, it's around $40 to $50. Is it still available? It's very close to Oud Wood, but has more rosy notes. And this fragrance is a true compliment getter, and ladies love that. Somehow ladies prefer Dunhill Icon Absolute to Oud Wood. So don't waste your money on Oud Wood. Buy it if you really love it. And don't buy the current version, wait and buy the Parfum version. I don't think the difference of price will be very high, we'll be almost on the same stand. So that's it. That's a situation, and oud fragrances are very personal, very hard to wear, and they are not compliment getters. I got few compliments on a oudi fragrance, but I prefer leathery fragrances or freshy fragrances than. Anyway, if my wife don't like it, I cannot wear it. I can only wear it when I'm alone. I cannot wear it when I am with her, because if she got a headache, I can't be that selfish, to impose my scent to others, to the loved one, or even to your friends. So this is the big factor of the oud fragrances. My elderly mother loved the One Man Show Oud. She's a big fan of classic cheaper fragrances like Chanel. Well, fantastic. She has a great taste, my friend. Very, her taste is great. I congratulate your mom, because anyway, fragrances by the House of Chanel are timeless, and they are fantastic. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And yeah, I understand. I understand that lots of people don't like Oudi, and but fortunately, fragrances such as Oud Wood, such as Downhill Icon Absolute, such as Gucci Prom Original 2003, or even One Man Show Oud editions, they are polished. They are Western oud. They are not Middle Eastern oud. Trust me, if you sniff Middle Eastern oud, very hard to wear it. Very hard to even like that stuff because it's a true headache maker. It's a true, even I got nausea. I can't wear it. I can't stand it. So this is my personal point of view. Maybe our tastes are different. So this is a kind of very how we can say it's a kind of very touchy subject. Wearing a oud fragrance or even a leather fragrance, you have to be very careful. Because it doesn't mean that if you love wood or you like leathery fragrance that everyone like that. No, it's not easy wearing fragrances. And don't impose it. Don't impose it to your colleagues. Don't impose it to your wife. Don't impose it to your girlfriend. Just wear once. Ask if they appreciate. If they don't appreciate, drop it. Wear it when you are alone, by yourself. Okay? But be careful. Don't wear an oud fragrance and go to party. I heard that Ward Chikal used to describe Middle Eastern oud. Is that accurate? Yeah, why not? Can be that. Or the problem is that it's so strong that can be very disturbing and will give you kind of headache immediately and nausea even and very disturbing. Wearing those fragrances, I can't stand. I really can't stand. People say they like it, but yeah, it can be in a bad way. Yeah, I agree. Can be in a very bad way. Don't I tried once and I really dropped it. If you check my collection, I don't have any Middle Eastern fragrances. I don't buy clones from Middle Eastern fragrances because I don't trust them first, and I don't believe that they are using great stuff. I don't even, but I never bought Armaf. I never bought Al Haramein. I never. The only clones I bought for fun, they were Milton Lloyd of London. They make great stuff, very cheap, and extremely close to the original. For example, I check my reviews. I reviewed Milton Lloyd for a clone of Fahrenheit. I reviewed Milton Lloyd, the clone of Kuros, and I reviewed Milton Lloyd, the clone of Aventus by Creed. Those are amazingly close to the original and for very very cheap price. But I never ever reviewed Middle Eastern fragrances. I never will review a Chinese fragrance because I don't care about them. I don't trust them. Why I should review a crap to you and promote a crap? I am not here to promote, my friends. If you know me, I think my friend Orochi, you know me. And I'm not here to play trick on you. I'm not here to direct you to some magic links and get some 20% off. No, I'm just here to talk about fragrances that I really wear, and I always bought my fragrances with my own money. I don't receive any um, free fragrances. I never even received a free sample. Nobody approached me because everyone knows who I am. And I am proud of that. I am not here to get money out of you. I'm not here to earn money. I'm here just for my hobby. I'm here to share my passion with you. And that's it. As French say, voila. So this is it. This is the truth about me, and I think that people follow me over the years. They know how I am and who I am, and my way of working is like that. I really work with my feeling. I really work with my passion. I pick up a fragrance that I enjoy wearing, and then I said, why not talking about this fragrance? And then I review. But I'm not here to make money out of you. I'm not here to play trick on you. I'm not here to promote fragrances that I never wear. Most of the reviewers, they promote fragrances that they never wear. Trust me, they don't wear those fragrances, but they promote it for you because they earn money out of it. They earn money out of it. Thanks, Orochi. I appreciate it. Thanks. Because they are here to earn money out of you. They are here to promote fragrances that they've been paid for. They've been paid for. When a guy repeated for the thousand of times, Nautica Voyage, Nautica Voyage, Nautica Voyage, it means that the guy is paid, on each bottle, Nautica Voyage, just reverse him a commission. Otherwise, once is enough. You will not see me next day or tomorrow or the week after I'm coming back and talking about Oud Wood. No, once I review, it's over. I will not come back to you to talk about that fragrance once again. And even if I say good, I will also give you the bad side. The bad side of Oud Wood current version EDP has been watered down, has been absolutely just very, 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 very weaker than before, and it's not worthy to buy it. Don't waste your money for that. This is my message, but I have to say that the original Oud Wood, which was released in 2007 and was very potent and very strong until 2012, was an amazing fragrance. That I can tell you, but not the current version. The current version is just the pale shadow of the original Oud Wood. So I have to tell you this because I got to be honest with you. Otherwise, you are going to spend $200 and you get a watered down fragrance that lasts only an hour and a half on your skin. This is madness. Or what? Because you want to have it just in your wardrobe to say to your friends, I have Oud Wood. Okay, if you are that kind of guy, go for it. After all, you are free to burn your money. You are free to do it. This is the same thing with the house of Creed. Creed has been watered down, has been reformulated, and it's not worthy to buy Creed anymore. And I was one of the very first to review and to talk about the latest Creed Aventus Absolute. And I told you, don't waste your money on that. Check my review. I was the very first, and I told the truth about that fragrance. So you can check it. I always say the truth. Maybe it's a sour truth. Maybe it's my opinion only. But I always say my opinion. What really I feel about it. So this is what I say. And I know that I'm not a very pleasant reviewer for many. This is the modern way. Almost everything is much worse and way more expensive than it was 4 years ago. People need to vote with their money. Absolutely. Absolutely, Orochi. I really agree with you. I really like your comments because your comments are very truthful and they are very current and they are absolutely that kind of, we are on the same mood, we are the same way of thinking. And this is fantastic. This is fantastic. That's why you are one of my favorite subscribers. One of my favorite, really, I'm telling you, you are one of my favorite subscribers. And I really missed you. I hope that in future I will hear more about you and you participate more on this channel because you are very well experienced and also your thoughts are very close to mine. So this is what I wanted to tell you. So I think, my friends, I really talk about everything I had to say about Oud Wood and about woody fragrances, about the situation now, and about Tom Ford fragrances. Most of their latest releases were, to me, worthless. Just they wanted to break banks and just they wanted to get money out of Tom Ford name, out of Tom Ford label. So it's absolutely crazy that people, they buy it just for that. And don't listen to the very hyped fragrances by hyped or overhyped by reviewers. because those reviewers, they have a part of responsibility, and they don't care about your money. They don't care about your situation. They only care about to sell and to promote just worthless fragrances. So be careful. Be really careful with those crazy promotions or those overhyped fragrances that there are most often very, very worthless and not even worth it to be talk about it. So I'll be back. I'll be back very soon. I wish you to have a great weekend ahead. Stay always fragrant. Wear only what you want to wear. And I was very happy to exchange with you, Orochi. I hope to hear about you. And stay safe and sound. And God bless you all. And remember, stay fragrant. But wear only what you want to wear. Cheerio!